Welcome, beautiful souls. Have you ever felt defensive or reactive in situations? Do you find it challenging to be true to yourself in all circumstances? What holds you back? Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us, the ego. This knowledge will change your perception and improve your life. What is the ego? Simply put, it's the voice in our head, always judging, comparing, and seeking approval. It's the story we tell ourselves about who we are, our sense of identity. Sometimes that story serves us well, but often it holds us back from our true potential. Understanding our ego is crucial for our growth and happiness. It's like having a map of our inner world. When we know where we are, we can choose where we want to go. This journey of ego awareness isn't always easy, but it's one of the most rewarding paths we can take. Today we're going to explore the 4 stages of awakening to the ego. Each one brings us closer to our true selves. By the end of our time together, I hope you'll feel inspired to start your own journey of self-discovery. Let's start at the beginning. The first stage is living in ego's shadow. In this stage, we're not aware of our ego at all. We're completely identified with our thoughts and emotions. Imagine you're driving down the highway of life. Your ego is in the driver's seat, but you don't even realize it's there. You react to situations without thinking. If someone cuts you off in traffic, you get angry. If you don't get that promotion at work, you feel worthless. These reactions feel automatic, like they're just who you are. Our ego often runs the show through fear and judgment. We might constantly compare ourselves to others or seek validation through social media likes. Living this way can be exhausting, like a roller coaster of emotions. This discomfort often leads us to the next stage of our journey. Now, let's move on to the second stage. I call this stage awakening to ego's presence. Suddenly, you start to notice patterns in your thoughts and behaviors. Maybe you catch yourself getting upset over something small, and for the first time, you pause and think, that's interesting. Why am I reacting this way? This moment of awareness is huge. It's the first crack in the ego's armor. You start to see things you never noticed before. You might recognize your ego stories like, I'm not good enough, or the world is against me. These stories have been running in the background of your mind for years, but now you're starting to see them for what they are, just stories. This awakening can be both exciting and uncomfortable. It's liberating to realize you're not your thoughts, but it can be unsettling to question long-held beliefs. This discomfort is a sign of growth, expanding your consciousness. If you're finding this journey insightful, please hit the like button and subscribe. Stay till the end of the video and share in the comments which stage of the ego you are in. Let's support each other on this journey. As we move into the third stage, things really start to shift. I call this stage recognizing ego patterns. Here, you're not just aware of your ego, you're starting to see how it operates in your daily life. You're becoming the observer of your own thoughts and behaviors. You might catch yourself in the middle of an ego-driven reaction. Let's say you're about to snap at your partner for leaving dirty dishes in the sink. But suddenly you pause. You realize this anger isn't really about the dishes. It's your ego feeling disrespected or unappreciated. This awareness gives you the power to choose a different response. The more you observe these patterns, the less power they have over you. This stage is about creating space between you and your thoughts. You're becoming the puppeteer, able to guide your thoughts and actions with more intention. Now we come to the fourth stage, which I like to call witness consciousness. This is where the real magic happens. In this stage, you're not just observing your ego, you're able to maintain awareness even in challenging situations. Imagine you're in a heated argument with a loved one. In the past, you might have gotten completely swept up in your emotions, but now there's a part of you that remains calm and clear. This part can see both sides of the argument. It understands that beneath the anger, there's probably fear or hurt on both sides. This awareness allows you to respond with compassion instead of reactivity. You might catch yourself about to react to something trivial and think, oh, there goes my ego again. This ability to laugh at yourself is incredibly freeing. You're no longer at the mercy of your thoughts and emotions. Instead, you can choose how to respond in any given moment. As we continue our journey, we come to what many consider the ultimate goal: integration and enlightenment. This isn't about getting rid of the ego, it's about learning to dance with it. It's about using the ego as a tool for growth and expression rather than being controlled by it. In this stage, you recognize that the ego has its place. It helps you navigate the physical world. It allows you to set boundaries and pursue goals. But you no longer mistake it for your true self. Enlightenment doesn't mean you're always blissed out or that life becomes perfect. Instead, it's a deep acceptance of what is. It's the ability to be with all of life's experiences, the joys and the sorrows, without resistance. In this stage, you might experience moments of pure presence. This is the journey towards living in a state of enlightened awareness. These stages aren't a linear path. We don't just move from one to the next and then we're done. Instead, it's more like a spiral. We might experience moments of profound awareness only to find ourselves caught in ego patterns again. This is completely normal. It's all part of the journey. Some days you might feel like you're living in witness consciousness. But then something triggers you and suddenly you're reacting from an unconscious place. Don't judge yourself when this happens. Instead, celebrate the fact that you noticed. That awareness itself is a sign of growth. Our level of consciousness can also vary depending on the area of our life. The key is to approach this journey with curiosity and compassion. Every moment is an opportunity to wake up a little more. Now, you might be wondering, how do I actually do this? There are many practical tools we can use to cultivate ego awareness. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools. It allows us to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. Even just 5 minutes a day can make a big difference. Start by simply sitting quietly and watching your breath. When thoughts come up, gently label them thinking and return to your breath. Journaling is another great tool. At the end of each day, write down any moments where you noticed ego patterns. Mindfulness in daily life is also crucial. Practice bringing your attention to the present moment throughout the day. Notice the sensations in your body, the sounds around you, the taste of your food. Finally, surround yourself with supportive people and resources. The journey of awakening can be challenging at times, and having support can make all the difference. As we come to the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a message of hope and encouragement. The journey of ego awakening is one of the most profound adventures we can embark on in this lifetime. It's a path that leads to true freedom, deep peace, and authentic connection with ourselves and others. Remember, every step you take towards greater awareness is valuable. Even if you're just starting to recognize your ego patterns, that's huge. Celebrate every moment of consciousness. Be gentle with yourself when you fall back into old patterns. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Know that as you do this work, you're not just transforming your own life, you're contributing to the awakening of collective consciousness. Every time you choose love over fear, presence over reactivity, you're making the world a little bit brighter. So I invite you to embrace this journey with an open heart and a curious mind. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. Now, go forth and shine your light.